We're not going to award a prize. Well, we'll award a prize. We just won't do it right now. What we're going to do is call Bradley Turner back to the podium, and I'll point out that he represents the class of seniors. And I will introduce him by saying no more than that Bradley was chosen to be the student from among the seniors who will speak to them. The rest of us are encouraged to listen in. Bradley?
Excuse me.
Family, friends, teachers and faculty, and classmates. My intent today is to direct your attention backwards to your accomplishments and to what it is meant to be an honor student at Syracuse University, and then to direct your attention forwards to the uncertain future. I'll generate fears and then dispel them. I would love to see you walk out of here today with something resembling hope. This opportunity, as Professor Grover mentioned, was bestowed upon me by friends and acquaintances who decided, I suppose, that I had something to impart. Some wisdom or integrity, a modicum of humor maybe. I will offer some words, and you will judge them on their merit. I preface my statement with a single quotation from the slam poet Saul Williams. He says, "I can quote any MC, but why should I? How would it benefit me? How would it benefit me to quote the variable figures of the past? You might smile and nod appreciatively if I dropped a line from Twain, Shakespeare, or Obama, and you would be able to surmise something about me. And yet my intention is that I can convey more with my own words and my own philosophy. I do away with quotations in order to find my own poetry. And yet, I do not do away with the myriad and many-faced influences that stand behind me, directly or indirectly evident in my speech and life. All of the agents and their actions and the artifacts they left behind, all those that have helped me and informed me, shared with me, shaped me. There are many in this audience, even more in this world, and far too many to name. I do away with thank yous for this reason, and because those who have loved me and those who have facilitated my growth know who they are. And of course, the time constraint limits my volubility. Therefore, if I speak in generalities, forgive me. My name is Bradley Turner, and I'm about to graduate, yes, from Syracuse University. As my identity shifts, I become other than what I was. And what was that? What was I? I graduated from a high school in Downtown, Pennsylvania in 2006. I applied to Syracuse, and I was waitlisted. You surprised? You shouldn't be. I was a shoddy high school and a mediocre applicant. After paying $500 as a deposit elsewhere, I learned that I had slipped through the cracks in the last hour. I was given a chance, a sterling opportunity. Here, I hit the ground running and earned another opportunity. In my second semester, I was invited to join the honors program. Over time, I majored in economics and international relations. I made friends, learned some dazzling things, accumulated experiences. I studied abroad in Chile, which had a remarkable impact on me. In retrospect, I had done passably well, and here I am. A friend of mine, hearing that I was selected for the speaking privilege, named me the Little Valedictorian Honors Boy. Despite the absurdity of the statement, because I am nowhere near the top of my honors class, she was referring to the topical sea change that I mentioned. From waitlist to convocation speaker, I responded that I was more like the little engine that could. In fact, I am much like the rest of my honors cohort, except maybe just a little dumber, lazier, considering the phrase I'm about to keep upon them I do not honestly marry. My colleagues are brimming with talent, promise, and professionalism. Anyone attending Capstone presentation day last week would be hard-pressed to disagree or be pessimistic about this generation's potential. I saw bioelectrical engineering turn into wearable technology, revolutionary social movements in contemporary Mexico, female sexual choice and reproduction in plants, a comic book, a computer program which transforms sound into a visual particulate display. These and the other presentations were well prepared, sophisticated, and idiosyncratic, and so are their conceivers and presenters. When I look back, I recognize that the students were a large part of what made my Syracuse University experience so rich and stimulating. The honors program provided the context and foundation through which we could collaborate, form a community, and enliven each other's educational and social experiences. Honors allowed the professors wiggle room for innovation and provided a little extra oomph and peculiarity to the curriculum. I believe that I would have done much less and then lesser without the brain sweat and legwork which built the honors program. The program and its faculty provided just enough coercion and encouragement to get me through an optimal manner. I believe it. And despite the griping about requirements, then there, the terror imposed by the capstone schedule felt that. I believe that honors helped most of the rest of you too, no matter what you studied. The honors program has done a lot for all of us, and it has prepared us. And now we look forward, peering into the fog, clutching our degrees like immigrants white knuckling identification cards on the approach to Ellis Island. Whether you think your time here has gone fast, slow, or at pace, it has gone implacably, indifferent to your plans and flights. Many of us are shocked by this graduation train. We knew it was coming, and we might have prepared, but we didn't know what it would be like on top of us, in all its glory and impressive weight. We are young bucks and does, jumping into the void. Some of us had aircraft, planes, balloons, wings of wax, and whatnot. Others are facing free fall. There is no end or bottom in sight. Enter fear, the terror which has plagued all of us at one time or another. Yet there is a saving grace, a silver lining, a bright side to the entire endeavor. We can perceive no end, but neither should we. We are young and blessed with good graces. Let us not be so long-sighted or rush forward towards some dubious or grandiose goal. Be ambitious, take chances, and do great things. But determine your own criteria for success and contentment. Judge yourself for yourself and be modest. Perhaps the most important yardstick is simply progress, that we improve ourselves and that we move forward. We should realize also that we are chameleons. Our goals are likely to change. Earlier I pointed out that my identity shifted upon graduation. Indeed, it is constantly shifting. It is mutable and shapeable as is yours. My identity is under my control. Determined, yes, by things such as nationality, ethnicity, gender, but even these fundamental descriptors are more fluid than the world previously believed. We've come of age in the new epoch of globalization, a time of increased interconnectivity. This implies greater choice and greater responsibility. Be aware of the extensive impact of your actions. A stone dropping into water is not an isolated incident. See the ripples, the subtle perturbations, and see them as part of a whole action. Be a conscious consumer, generally careful and ethically conscientious. We should know what we value and why we value it. In that vein, the best advice that I can offer you is the ancient axiom, know thyself. The object of perception becomes clear given the accumulation of perspective on it. If we are referring to ourselves, our personalities, capacities, preferences, and inclinations, we best see and understand ourselves in multi-level cross-section by creating breadth and depth of experience. The point is that as we leave this ivory tower, this pampered place of learning, we hope to progress, narrow our field of vision onto the objects of choice that we most crave, and find true stability. I'm arguing that before we narrow, we should expand, so that with cognizance of the infinite, we can settle on the finite. The range of opportunities for individuals with our backgrounds and aptitudes is unprecedented. These are reasons to be optimistic. But I also urge you to keep in mind that time constraints, our inherent transience. And again, enter fear. Yet fear of the future is unfounded. Fear should energize our optimization, not stifle it. If we recognize our own control, the bounty of choices, and the principle of progress, the scarcity of time loses its light. The void becomes a canopy, and we find that we are indeed winged creatures with an ever-changing optimize my time today, and I hope dearly that I've managed to impart something of myself that is of value to you. I take off my hat. To my classmates, our new beginnings and our auspicious futures. Thank you all.
We will do the prizes.